So here's your starting lineup, your 12-lap pre-final Micromax. Inside row number 1, it'll be the number 95 of Lucas Rodriguez. Lucas with a qualifying lap of 42.551. Outside row 1, the number 24 of Joe Nunez. In row 2, starting into 123, Humberto Peretta. Starting 4th, the 72, Connor Zilich in the 72. Starting 5th, the number 30 of Ryan Rackley. Starting 6th, it'll be the 21 of Bryce Haynes. In the 7th starting position, it'll be the number 51 of Gabriel Ramirez. Starting in the 8th spot, it'll be the 308 of Jeremy Fletcher. And starting 9th, the 56 of Ashton Chilton. So there's your starting lineup for your Micromax. Looking at the point standings as we work our way into race weekend number 4 in your Rotax Micromax. In the number 123, starting in row number 2 on the inside, Humberto Peretta is your points leader. Pretty consistent, 3 straight top 5 finishes, including a win in race weekend number 2. Joe Nunez, Joe starting outside row number 1. He is second in the point standings. Keep an eye on Joe, back-to-back second-place finishes, so he's picked it up a little bit. Joe Nunez in the 24. Ryan Rackley in the number 30. Ryan qualified in the 5th spot, starts today 3rd in the point standings. Kind of been going down a little bit. 2nd, 3rd, and an 8th-place finish down at Homestead. Always a threat, Ryan Rackley in the number 30. Your pole sitter starting this weekend 4th in the point standings. Now here's a driver that's been getting better each weekend. Finished 5th on opening weekend. Finished 4th in Orlando. Had a podium finish down in Homestead. Finished 3rd for your pole sitter, Lucas Rodriguez. Gabrielle Ramirez in the number 51. Remember, Gabby got her first ever win at Homestead, race weekend number 1. Gabby starts 5th in the point standings. Jeremy Fletcher in a 308. Starting today in the 8th spot, Jeremy 6th in the point standings. Ashton Chilton 7th in the point standings. Winners so far this season, Gabby Ramirez, Humberto Peretta also win, and Sebastian Montoya. Sebastian out with us. Of course, the son of Juan Pablo Montoya scored the win down there at Homestead. So we're about underway. Again, want to welcome those folks on the FKCS live feed. Again, hopefully you're having a great day as we come to you from Ocala Grand Prix. Right here in Ocala, Florida. Race weekend number 4, race day number 2. Again, typical summer weather here for the state of Florida. Temperature is going to peak out right around 90 degrees. Chance of showers a little bit later on this afternoon. Typical summer weather. Again, hopefully you're having a great weekend as we are underway now for our pre-finals. Again, all pre-finals will be 12 laps. As our Rotax Micromax, probably one of the top competitive classes. Again, some very, very good drivers. And I mean, they're so good that they're just going to inch their way around the track. And I guess kind of wondering, I'm sure they could pick up the pace a little bit. Lucas Rodriguez, Joe Nunez, row number 1. I mean, if they go any slower, I think they're going to come to a complete stop as they're at the top of the oval right now. And they're just inching their way by. And again, we'll try to pick up the pace a little bit. We'll try to push them along. I'm not quite sure what that's all about, but boy, they're just inching their way by. Now we try to get them to pick it up a little bit. And Lucas Rodriguez in a 95. Lucas with a qualifying lap, 42.551. Top 3 drivers in the 42-second bracket, Rodriguez, Nunez, and Peretta. All in the 42-second bracket, very competitive. Now, Nick will try to wave them on a little bit. And obviously, they don't have a dinner plans or anything. No school to go to tomorrow. Just enjoy every inch of the track they can possibly get. So they'll come off the tree turn. I promise you, they'll be a lot quicker when they see that green flag. So Lucas Rodriguez, Joe Nunez, row 1. Peretta, Zilich, row 2. Rackley, Haynes, row 3. Bryce Haynes making his first start here with the Micromax. Ramirez starting 7, Fletcher 8, Chilton 9th as they come off the top of the oval. They'll split them. Nick's going to look them over. He'll see green. We're underway. On the outside, that'll be Joe Nunez trying to get the advantage into turn number 1. Going to be denied as they come off turn 1. Side by side through the top of the chicane. Told you they'd pick up the pace off of that base lap, and they're underway now. And again, this is your Rotax Micromax. Very competitive drivers, top 3 drivers, all in that 42-second bracket. They'll shake it down single file. Freight train of traffic heads into the tree turn for the first time. Lucas Rodriguez, again, your early race leader in that number 95. Very competitive driver, and again, Lucas is a driver that's kind of gotten better each week out, finished on the podium at Homestead. He's got Joe Nunez darting to the inside. Nunez got to have the door shut on him as the 95 again of Lucas Rodriguez will hold on to lap number 1. Staying right with him. Again, a very pesky driver, Joe Nunez. Joe, back-to-back second-place finishes. So you got 2 drivers who continue to get better in the last couple events. Nunez, 2 second-place finishes in the last 2 events. Lucas finished 3rd in Homestead. And right now, they're single file off the tree turn. Keep an eye on the points leader, Humberto Peretta to 123, now 3rd. They'll work their way off the top of the oval single file. Now they're going to move around. Nunez going to try to get a run to the inside. Joe's got the momentum and still going to have the door shut on him. Again, watching the different line choices by both of those drivers. Lucas a little bit more in the center of the turn. And you watch Beretta again going to the outside, or excuse me, the inside along with Nunez. So a little bit of a different line on the entry to turn number 1. That is right now working for Rodriguez. Meantime, quick lap time, Gabby Ramirez, 42.669 for Gabby. And she's currently in the 5th spot. So Ramirez has picked up a position. She's on the move. Look at Gabby go right to the inside. And she works around the 72 of Zillage now for 4th. Meantime, a shuffle up front. Now a little bit of different approach into turn 1. And that again will work for Rodriguez, who leads the field through the chicane. So it's Rodriguez, Nunez, Peretta off the chicane. Again, 12-lap pre-final. Gabby Ramirez on the charge. Lap number 3. Gabby again kicks it up a notch. 42.605 for Ramirez. Again, don't forget, Gabby opened up the season down up there in Monticello with her first ever feature win. And that number 51 is on the move, currently being scored in the 4th spot with a flock of traffic in behind her as they work off the oval. 4 laps down, this time by again. Nunez going to tap the back of his head. Peretta going to pick a friend. He's going to stay in behind Nunez. Nunez not enough to get around. Lucas Rodriguez, very good race early on. Lap number 4, Humberto Peretta, 42.577. Good lap time for Humberto right there in the thick of things. Currently being scored in the 3rd spot as they'll come off the hairpin turn. Nose to tail again. These drivers very excited and continue to move around. Right in the middle sandwich, Joe Nunez. Peretta in behind him. They'll head to the top of the oval. Again, this is where they start to make the moves. They'll jostle around down the front stretch. Again, Nunez and Peretta going to try to get something going to the outside. Trying to draft together. Not going to be fooled at all. That's Lucas Rodriguez. Man, Lucas liking his line and has found a pretty good line on entry to turn number 1. Again, little antsy there, and that's Peretta as they bounce around along with Joe Nunez. Humberto into 123, Joe Nunez into 24. They'll head into that tree turn. Man, you talk about being under the gun. The 95 of Lucas Rodriguez. Now, side by side as they exit off the tree turn. Boy, Joe Nunez, I love the way he's moving around. Not waiting till the end of the race to make a move. He is trying to find that hole, and he's chipping away. They're going to go nose to tail. Nunez and Humberto going to go nose to tail in turn 1. Going to have the momentum. This time it works as they snatch the lead away. Nunez, Peretta, and Rodriguez, 1, 2, 3 off the chicane. Nice move there. They tried it the last 3 laps, and here in lap number 6, we got a brand new leader. In the meantime, thanks a lot for that, because here comes the 51. A feature winner in race weekend number 1, Gabby Ramirez. third lap now. Gabby has set quick time, 42.445. And we're out of the gate very strong here in the Micromax. Gabby Ramirez closing the gap as they work down the front stretch. 7 laps in. Just over the halfway point. Ramirez. Look at Gabby. She's going to go for a spot. Has to back out of it on the entry to turn 1. Man, you talk about some drivers coming out of the gate fired up. After they inched around on that very pace lap, tell you, they really saving it up now as they work their way around. 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Good race in there. That's Ryan Rackley leading that group into the tree turn. But up front, your second different leader, Joe Nunez. Again, Joe's had back-to-back second-place finishes, and right now he is your leader, points leader. Humberto Peretta running second. Third, it'll be your early race leader, Rodriguez. Fourth, it'll be Ramirez. Fifth, it'll be Rackley. Sixth, it'll be Zillage. Seventh, it'll be Haynes. Eighth, it'll be Fletcher. Ninth, it'll be Chilton with 8 laps in, 4 to go. Joe Nunez, your leader, just turned to 42.161. So quite a gap there between 4th place runner Ramirez and 5th place running Ryan Rackley in that number 30. And Ryan qualified 5th, and he's been pretty well sitting there. Gabby qualified 7th. She was able to work her way through the field to be right now scored in the 4 spot as they'll head to the top of the oval. 9 laps complete this time by. Nunez your leader, Beretta running second, Rodriguez third, Ramirez running 4th. Yeah, Jeremy Fletcher dancing around now, looking to move up. Jeremy going to go to the inside of Bryce Haynes, and they're going to go side by side. Jeremy trying to stuff it in there, going to have the door shut on him. Joe Nunez your leader, 42.161, did that in lap number 7. Humberto with a 42.206. Rodriguez 42.226. Gabriel Ramirez with a 42.439. That's your top 4 as they'll make their way up to the top of the oval. Good racing coming off that tree turn. And in behind Rackley, they're doing battle. Meantime, we'll see 2 laps to go this time by. Joe Nunez, your leader. Now a flip-flop as Peretta again continue to go back and forth. So your leader's going to make their way up to the top of the hairpin turn. So again, across the line, it was Humberto Peretta. And they'll make their way into the tree turn. So now your 3rd different leader as the laps start to dwindle down. Under the gun, your leader, Peretta. Look at this mix-up. Here comes Rodriguez. And they'll head to the top of the oval. Man, what a way to get started in your pre-finals. White flag up. Side by side, Nunez on the inside. Peretta going into turn number 1. Nunez with the advantage. Gabby gonna stuff it in there. Moves to second. What a move by Gabby Ramirez. Again, don't forget, Gabby got her first ever win back in race weekend number 1 in the Micromax. And she's right there in the mix of the top of the hairpin turn. Man, are these drivers coming out of the gate very strong. Up on the top spot for the second time, the 24 of Joe Nunez. Again, running second, Ramirez, Peretta, and Rodriguez running 4th, your early race leader. To the top of the oval, they'll come. Joe Nunez going to bring him to the stripe, and he'll seal the deal. Ramirez 2nd, Peretta 3rd, Rodriguez coming home in that 4th spot. Ryan Rackley will come across the line in 5th. Man, you talk about coming out of the gate strong. If you had any worry about the pace lap, no worries, no more, as they came out of the gate strong. So your top 5, Nunez, Ramirez, Peretta, and Rodriguez, and Ryan Rackley as they seal the deal in your first pre-final for the Micromax. Again, as they lock it up. Again, some very exciting racing out of these drivers. Up next will be Minimax. Rotax Senior, Rock Senior. Will need you to the grid. Tag Junior, Rock Junior. Will need you to the grid. So Minimax will get ready to roll out for their 12-lap final. And hey, really, what a run there by these youngsters. I cannot wait to see this Micromax again. And they have been competitive like this all season long. Up next will be Rotax Minimax.
conclude your racing later on after your finals. As you do finish up, please return your transponders. And we'll move ahead to Jacksonville next month for race weekend number 5, the ever testy track up there in Jacksonville. And again, very, very fun track on the high banking turn on the south side of the track, and then a long straightaway, which will be very exciting. Hopefully, those drivers will make the run up there with us to Jacksonville for race weekend number 5.